All right, guys. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are here with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. Now, I was given a request to kind of discuss how we beat a lot of the Iron Twins and how we got through a lot of this. And I've been testing out numerous amounts of rare heroes. Now, unfortunately, I haven't found a team that can manage this fight with all rares. So that's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Well, at least it's not going to happen for the higher stages. Like once we start getting into like this 10 through 14, it's honestly going to take a while. Now, you know, just so you guys can see exactly how long it took me to get to these things, we've been playing this game now for about almost 2.5 years. I think it was August, maybe July we started. So figure 2 years and whatever it is to July till now. What are we in now? We're in October. So yeah, almost 2.5 years we've been playing. And it took us about 2 years, maybe a little bit plus, to finally beat stage 15 on all of these. And even now, this fight isn't 100% for us. All right. So now remember, this is just a mystery shard only run video and only heroes that everyone can use. So there are tons, and I mean tons of heroes that can get you through this fight. I highly recommend you check out some other content creators who don't have the restrictions that I have to help you get through this, and maybe you'll have some of the heroes that they use to get through that'll make this fight a little bit easier. Now, as far as the first, honestly, up to stage 8, I would say, is pretty much a cakewalk in total. Like when you look at the grand scheme of things, up to 8 is not that bad. Now, you're going to get stuck probably in the beginning when you first get here. We're talking when you first get here. You'll be lucky if you can beat stage 1. All right. It's going to be rough. All right. Now, what I would recommend is honestly just pummeling this guy, literally pummeling this guy in the face as quickly as possible. Now, what I would say is if you're going to do this, you could bring in someone. You don't even need speed down. You literally need nothing. Just kill him. I would probably say attack down, defense down, poisons, burns, all these things work, and we've shown this numerous times. You can just go in here with whoever. We're gonna throw in every single poisoner plus apothecary. All right, now my heroes are obviously a lot stronger, but more than likely, even something like this. Look at that. You're already doing tons of damage. Look at that. We're already down to the wire. He's not going to do enough damage because his counters aren't going to get strong enough. You're not going to have Iron Lung hitting you too much. He's going to be a lot easier in the earlier stages. And you can kind of see what I mean? Just kind of pummel him down with poisons and whoever's your strongest single target heroes. Basically, the way we beat Fire Knight. All right. You can beat Fire Knight on stage 15 with just this team. Like literally just throw a bunch of poisoners and freaking petrify in there for some attack downs. You've got poison sensitivity. You've got all kinds of stuff. Now remember, my heroes are much stronger. I understand that. All right. This is not saying that you're going to do this in your first run. Now, as far as what I did, all right. Now this is like I said, just what I did. I only farmed stage 1 until I was able to farm stage 3. Now, once I got to stage 3 and I was able to beat it reasonably without dying, I farmed stage 3, no joke. We're talking from the day it came out. I'm going to say, I think it came out maybe what? I'm going to say the first year I started playing that this came out. So, yeah, we did this stage 3 probably for almost 6 months to a year. Like literally every day we just farmed stage 3. All right. I forgot that this even existed. So basically, you're using 60 energy every day, and that will get you more than enough blessings to kind of start working on your heroes. And honestly, just keep doing stage 3 until you're comfortable moving forward. That's it. All right. So that's essentially the way this works. If you spend tons of money and you've got all the great legendaries and you've got heroes that are built and you've got great gear and you've been farming, yeah, you can go further than 3. But honestly, stage 3 is all you need to start getting your blessings. All right. Figure what is this? This is double, right? So half, you're going to get 60 to 70 per fight, which basically means, let's just say 60. 60 times 6, you're getting, what is that? 360? Did I do that right? My math is terrible right now. Per day, all right? And then on the last day, you're going to get 720. So that basically means for the whole week, you're probably going to be able to get at least 3 pulls, all right? At least 3 pulls to get through this, all right? Now, once you start moving into 4 and 5, this is going to take you leveling up your heroes more is what this is going to be. You're going to need better gear. Now, what did we do? I'll show you my heroes so you can kind of see the difference between where I am and where you're at. So let's look at our rares. All right. So essentially, Apothecary, like I said, we have faction bonuses, we have arena bonuses, we have all kinds of things that are making our heroes stronger. So don't think that this is going to happen overnight. All right. We don't even have the best gear. Look at this, all blue. He's got two pieces that are obviously pretty high end that we got from the Forge Pass, say this Righteous Helmet and this Righteous Shield. But basically, you can check out all my heroes, and they all have a Champion Spotlight in my Champion Spotlight playlist. You can check all their stats and kind of see where I was when I did the videos. Now, you're going to build them up as the most defensive as you can. You're going to want reasonable resistance on anybody in this fight. All right, now Apothecary is a little crazy. He's got 252. That's not even that high. All right, that's not even that high. But when you first start, yeah, 252 is going to be high. I mean, look at this. We've got his Blessing gives us 40 resistance. All right, his Faction Guardian gives 7 resistance. His Affinity bonus gives 30 resistance. See what I mean? Like, it's just like stuff starts stacking up as you play more. So this is why this fight's going to be a lot harder early on. Once you start gaining your arena bonuses for resistance and your area bonuses, you're going to have a lot easier time here. Let's look at some of my poisoners, all right? So we've got Kale. He's at 50k. He's honestly one of my lower power heroes, funny enough, at this point. We haven't really fixed him in a long time. I haven't adjusted. I maybe fixed 1 or 2 pieces. I know we added these speed pieces as his next pieces once we were trying to get his speed up. His speed is garbage comparative to the rest of my team. Look at this. His speed is 188. My Apothecary, if you didn't notice, I'm sure you did while you were looking at this, his speed is almost, where is he? Almost 300. So he is much faster. Now he's my speed lead. He's the fastest hero on my account. So that's what you did with him. Now, as far as Grave Chill and Frozen Banshee, they both are the same, essentially. They both have Relentless sets on. If you don't have Relentless, you can do things like you can give them a shield if you're having trouble staying alive. You can give them, they need to be more defensive and accuracy driven. All right, they need to have insane accuracy because they need to land their poisons. And as you can see, much better accuracy here, 375 on her. For these early fights, you don't need that high, obviously, so don't worry about that. If that's too high, you don't need it. Work on getting your levels, getting your heroes to 60, getting your awakenings. And I'll be honest here, if you don't have a full set of 60s to fight this battle, you don't even need to do the fights, all right? And if you can beat the first level, great. That's perfect for you. But you don't need to be doing this. Remember, this came out after you were able to beat stage 25 on all these dungeons. Like, hard mode wasn't even out, I don't even think, right? With hard mode even out, it probably just came out, or it's been out for a short period of time. None of this stuff really existed, so don't beat yourself up if you're having trouble in the Iron Twins, okay? And like I said, Grave Chill is basically the same. Her accuracy, I think, is a lot lower. Yeah, we don't have her accuracy that high. We're at 221, which is basically around where you'll probably end up getting your heroes. But yeah, you can use Reflex. You can use all kinds of different sets. Don't think you need this. You could just put speed sets on them with tons of defense and get their crit rate up a little bit, and you're good. They'll do some damage. Make sure their accuracy is somewhere between Grave Chill and Frozen Banshee. I wouldn't say Frozen Banshee you're going to be that high, but I definitely think that, Grave Chill's a little bit low for what you want, all right? Especially if you have a level 60 hero. Skills, even if they're not all maxed, start working on them, all right? Start getting them leveled at least. Start working on some stuff. Go level some gear. Go gear grind, whatever you want to do. Get your heroes built. That's the more important thing to do, and then start focusing on this. Who else did we use? Heroes that can be using here. Valerie is really good for keeping everyone alive. She's got the shield set on, bolster. You can put a shield set from Fire Knight if you want. If you have bolster because you've been doing the Forge Pass, then great, use bolster because it'll keep her alive longer and let her do her thing better. Now, there's other heroes in here that we messed around with using. Obviously, you can use someone like Bogwalker, who unfortunately we have a 6-star awakening, unfortunately or fortunately. So yeah, this is something that we could use. He's got defense up. There's things you can do to kind of manipulate it. Now, that's just so you can kind of see what my heroes look like now, okay? So now we're going to go back into the dungeon. Here we go. So now we go back in. We'll go to stage 5, and literally we're going to use the same team, all right? And we'll see what happens. So this type of team, there may be some changes, but this type of team is pretty much going to work all the way up until stage, I'm going to say 8, all right? Stage 8 is when things start to accelerate. And what I mean accelerate is you're going to start to be needing speed down. All right, speed down is the most important skill for this fight. Literally any other skill does not matter. Speed down is the only thing that you must have in this fight in order to make your team successful. Why do you need it? Because if the boss does not have speed down, every time you use a buff, he gets a turn meter buff. All right. Now, the reason this team specifically isn't having that problem, all right, I'll tell you why. Kale, all poisons, lifesteal, doesn't have a buff. All right. So he does not buff. We've got Petrified in lifesteal, also only debuffs, does not buff. We've got Frozen Banshee and Grave Chill. Both of them only do poisons. None of them have buffs. I think Frozen Banshee has her turn meter boost. I don't even think she freaking uses it, to be honest, but even if she does, other than that skill, no one on this team has a buff, all right? Because every time you buff your team, he gets a speed boost unless you use speed down. The only one on this team that's going to buff anyone is Apothecary, and he has one buff, all right? That's it, one buff. So out of this whole team, you may see two buffs, all right? Otherwise, you're doing one the whole time. Let's go into 8, same team. All right. So having speed down isn't as important for this team. And that's why we're specifically using this team. If you start bringing in heroes who can do defense up, who can do shields, who can do attack up, who can remove debuff, you're making your fight more difficult by adding the fact that you need speed down. Now, who has speed down? All right. I mean, there's not many. We showed last time, I think, I think we were on the live stream. Iterant has speed down. Bloodfeather has speed down. Syl has speed down. Who's the other one? Haikatoon has speed down. It's not as effective as anyone else, but she has it. So if you want to use it, go ahead, bring that speed down. But you can see even now, look at their all level 60 heroes. You saw the powers that these guys have. But look what's going on now. We're starting to get our butts handed to us. People are going to start dying. See? Boom. Look at that. Everyone's dead. Now let's see if Apothecary can do this. I think we actually had this happen on the stream too, where I was like, is Apothecary really going to do this? That's why I was curious. I think this is what happened last time. Let's see if he can handle it, because he has reasonable resistance. So he's not going to get as much Iron Lung. He can heal himself up. He's going to be slow, obviously, in the sense that he's not going to do a lot of damage quickly. All right. However, this could be your option. I mean, if you want to bring Apothecary in and just have him kind of keep popping the boss. See, he gets stronger, though, as the fight progresses, which is why you're going to start seeing him get hurt more and more. I'm just curious if it's going to happen. But as you can see already at stage 8, these level 60 heroes aren't going to cut it. All right? You're going to have to start being more specific in the heroes that you use. All right? Now, we're not going to watch this whole thing because that would be stupid. We were able to beat this with Apothecary. He actually didn't look like he was dying. We were able to beat this with Apothecary on the stream, so it does happen. But as you can see, we're already failing. All right, and that's with all rares. And this is why I said I am not going to have a team that can beat these stages at high level. All right, now once you start getting into 8 through 12, this is where stuff starts to really, really escalate. All right, you're going to have, I mean, even honestly, even stage 9 and 10 are going to give you a lot of trouble especially when you first, we're talking about when you first get to them. We're not talking about in the long term. Right now I don't even really think about it too much. Honestly, my main team, there's heroes that come out in this game that you're going to get over the first year that are going to really make this fight easier. Okay. Apothecary can be on this team all the way to the end. Literally can be on the team all the way to the end. Every single one of these poisoners can be a poisoner that you use as a damage dealer, but you won't be able to probably use all of these heroes. All right, you probably won't be able to fit them all on the team if you're going to bring the heroes in that you need. Now, what would I do in this scenario? For stage 8, honestly, at this point, if you've been playing the game for a while, this is literally how long it'll be. You will probably have Syl at this point. Now, Syl has a speed down. She also almost never lands it. It's unfortunate, but that's just how she is. All right. Now she's high accuracy. We put a bunch of stuff on her, and she is really the first hero that's going to help you get through these fights. Another hero that you could possibly bring in here is Haikatoon. Like I said, you can try to emulate having 2 speeders in here, and having her as a speed lead is going to make your team go faster. Having Syl in here also gives you revive. So let's see if this team can now handle this fight. Let's see what happens now. All right. Now, I'm not even guaranteeing this is going to be a win, all right? Because we have to land the speed down. As you saw, she didn't. See, 2 hits still did not land her speed down. Every time she uses her A1, she's going to do a speed down. Now, remember, things change here. You have now High Katoon who's going to do speed up. There we go. We got speed down. So now every time we use a buff, it's not going to matter. But these are all at least reasonably acquirable heroes that most of you will get. Well, actually, everyone will get in the first 6 months. All right. So you'll be playing this for 6 months, farming stage 3, and that's fine. Now, if you have someone who can remove debuffs, that's also going to be something helpful. Someone like Spirit Host can do that. The only downside is once you bring her in, now you have to have speed down because she has attack up. So you're going to be bringing yet another buff to your team, but you're also bringing another turn meter boost for the boss. All right. So as you can see, we're already seeing some things going on. We do have Brimstone on Syl, which is actually one of the most effective blessings you could possibly get. So much so that I would actually recommend saving coins up to 20 and getting at least the first stage of Brimstone on Syl, which is actually, I think, what we have. I don't know if she's 2-star. I think she's only 1. We just want that 1 Brimstone. That's it. Having that Brimstone is going to do so much damage to this boss. Let's see what happens. Well, he took it off, unfortunately. Look at that. Ooh, Kale almost died there. So we're getting some heals. Syl can heal your team as she attacks, and she can drop the speed down. Literally, the MVP of Iron Twins, all right, is Syl. Literally one of the best heroes for autoing this fight. Now, we're probably not going to do too much in the way of stage 15. The fights take way too long. I'm just going to show you the higher level teams. But this is a team that can get you through it, all right? It's a team that will start getting you through the fights. Now, this is stage 8, all right? So you're going to start seeing that this team won't be able to handle it, all right? Even this team that's reasonably built. All right, boom, look at that. So now you can use this team probably to get through stage 8 through 10. I'm going to say maybe. I don't know if 10, we'll see. Let's try 10. Let's see if 10 will work. Now the fights are going to get a little bit harder. The caps are going to get harder. He's going to hit harder. So where you saw Mr. Kale survive before, that's probably an area where he will die this time now, which means we're going to have our Syl baby come in and revive him. Now, if she doesn't get the speed down, which she did, she's going to be able to land it a lot easier on these lower fights, all right? She's definitely going to be able to use it. The restrictions for accuracy aren't going to be as bad. His resistance isn't going to be as high. But yeah, you can see the speed down, and then boom, back to the stuff. You need to get that speed down as fast as possible. There you go. We got it, luckily. There's another hero that you can get from the clan shop. His name is Yakarl. You probably won't see him for a little bit. He also has speed down. Just note that he is very, very, very weak and will die a lot, all right? It will work in the earlier stages, but you need to protect him if you're going to use him as your speed down hero, but it's basically almost a guaranteed speed down, all right? So that's something good. Syl is more of a kind of 50-50 shot that she's going to land the speed down. We have her in Relentless because we want her to get extra turns. That was the main thing with her. We wanted her to be able to land her skills. We want her to cycle through her skills faster so she can get a revive back. And we want her to be able to get that speed down and get some stuns out. All right, there we go. He's going to start using his attacks. We need that speed down again. There you go. We got a Brimstone and a speed down. Nice. See what I mean? Oh, look at that. 3 hits Relentless. This is why I said Relentless. Your first Relentless set that's really good goes on Syl. That means speed boot, defensive chest. If you can put defense on the glove, great. If not, crit rate's fine. HP would be good too. Look at that smite. Ooh, yeah. See, this is where smite comes in. You want that smite. Now, you have at least 3 turns once the speed. Well, now you have to do it, but essentially you have. Though he's gonna kill some people, not Syl though. Hopefully, that's the whole goal. Now we've got some people back. This is where I would probably have not taken. Oh, nice, we got the speed down, and she got an extra turn, so maybe she can revive. Hopefully, he can heal, which he did. See what I mean? These fights get really hard quickly, and this is why I was saying there is no reason for me to basically do a Mystery Shard only run. See, even now they're getting killed. This is why I was saying that it gets harder and harder. Oh, so close. So close. Is she going to land a speed? Oh, wow, she actually landed a speed down. That's insane. We're still dead. See? Because he hits so goddamn hard. Look at that. And this is stage 10. All right, so now they're still dying. Now, just to be clear, I ignored these fights for a long time, which is why I said screw it. All right, I wasn't doing them. Here's what I actually started doing. Heroes that I started bringing in. This is literally how long it took me to beat these fights. So once again, if you're looking for a quick, easy way to win, this ain't it. All right, this is not that video. These guys are going to end up popping out. She's going to end up popping out. Syl is basically going to be your speeder. Now, heroes that can help you in here. We've got our boy Dark Kale. Obviously going to take a long time to get unless you pull him randomly. All right. Other heroes that I started using. All right. He was first. Taya, it was the next one I brought in. All right. She's definitely someone that I would bring in. And the next one that is someone that you could easily use in here. Yes. Obviously, Mithrala. Why? Because she is insanely good in every fight in this game, basically. And she has a removal of debuffs and a shield that she puts up when she does it. And she's got an accuracy boost. So if you're having trouble landing things, you can leave her in your lead. I don't know if I would recommend that unless you're really doing poorly. Defense is probably your better bet because then everyone stays alive longer. So let's see how these guys do in stage 10 now. Let's see if these guys can handle it. We have one reviver, we have a speed down hero, and we have two heroes that can literally just poison the crap out of this guy and then explode those said poisons. You're going to start to see some serious changes in damage output. And we have attack down. Look at that. She knocked all his health down from hitting those poisons down. Taya, surprisingly enough, has done wonders in this fight. Now we've got another freaking, what is that? Smite. Yeah. What's her name? Mithrala also has Smite. So you might think that having two heroes with Smite is a bad thing. I would disagree, honestly. I think having two Smites is amazing because then you're constantly putting it up. There you go. We have speed down. We look at all those debuffs already. All right. These are heroes that are definitely going to help you get through this. There goes that little smite. We got the speed down immediately. That's the best case scenario. What you just saw there is a smite. I mean, there's a hit where it counters with Syl, and then she puts up speed immediately. So you don't even have to worry about it. There you go. Look at all that. Attack up, defense up. We've got shields. We've got all kinds of stuff. Now, Taya and Dark Kale are probably the only two in this team that are not 100% necessary. Mithrala you can get literally just from doing the first fight on normal. That's literally how I got Mithrala. It took me a year to get her because I wasn't in a clan that was beating Hydra every single week. If you're in a clan that beats Hydra every single week, you will get Mithrala literally twice as fast as I did. So it's conceivable you could get her within 6 to 8 months, somewhere around the time that you pull these guys. Now, Dark Kale and Taya, those are going to be luck pulls unless you play as long as I have, and then you'll get them when you get them. I forgot how long it took me to get them. Taya is one of my more recent heroes, so basically it's going to take like 2 years to get her if you do it my way. If you pull her, great. There's probably better heroes you can pull, but once again, the whole reason that these two work is because they throw a ton of poisons, see? And they can explode them, which means you don't have to wait for the boss to get a turn in order to blow this guy up. All right, so that's how I got through this. Once again, these are pretty long-term heroes, all right? They're going to be ones that are going to take a long time to get. You can do this without Mithrala, probably. Let's do stage select. I mean, not without Mithrala. Mithrala is literally one of the best heroes in the game for this whole area. Now, stage 11. Let's just say we don't have these two. These guys are... You can get him, obviously. Syl 6 months. Mithrala is somewhere between 6 months and a year, depending on what clan you're in and how much damage you're doing. But pretty much, if you're lucky, you can get between 3 and 4 pieces, or between 2 and 4 pieces of her every single week. All right, and you need 100. Now, can you do this with other heroes? I mean, I'm sure there's other heroes you can do this with. Will they work with Mithrala? Let's find out. So let's just say we bring in regular Kale. And then honestly, I would probably say Petrify would be my first option. And that's because she can do defense down and attack down. She's got all kinds of debuffs. It's whether or not we can keep them alive. That's really the whole thing here. So now we're going to use them instead, but they can't explode poisons, which basically means we have to wait for the boss to get a turn in order for those poisons to click, which means longer time. Now, they do enough damage where I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. We also have attack up, which is going to make those two do more damage. All right. Boom. Look at that. Let's see if he kills everybody. Really just comes down to that speed down. If we can get that speed down and a bunch of, there you go. Look at that. A bunch of smites. See, she still missed the speed down. Still missed the speed down. She's missing speed downs nonstop. That shield saves you basically from any big hit. There you go. More smites. I told you, smite, man. You'd be surprised. This is why I said in the beginning, blessings every single day. Just getting that stage 3 And getting those coins every day is more than enough, especially with all the free stuff you get. I mean, we literally just got 3 summons for blessings yesterday or whatever day it was. So you're going to get free blessing summons, all right? Don't worry about it. There's also plenty of events where you can get blessings on some of your heroes. Just keep pushing through. It adds up over time, okay? That's all I can say about that. I'm done with it. But look, even with heroes that are not as what I would say, high end, you can do it with Syl and Mithrala. Those two, I would say, are the biggest key to Iron Twins if you don't have other heroes that are, more specialized and harder to get because you have to summon them. But these two, non-summonable, you don't have to worry about summoning them. You just got to get them, all right? Which takes time, and that's all it takes. And that's what this game's all about. Remember, this game is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't rush this fight. Boom. Look at that. We're just smacking heroes up. Let's see if we can survive. Oh, there goes Kale. Right at the end. We have speed down, so we can use all of our buffs, and that's fine. Syl will revive our boy. And we're back in action. We have smite up, which is good. Ooh, look at all that nonsense. At least we got defense up and attack up. That's the other good news. We can use the defense up to keep ourselves alive until the shield comes back. Oh, there goes the shield, and now we should be safe from whatever hit he does, even if it's the powerful attack. Because we have all that crap up going. He's going to blow up anyway right now. Watch. Boop. Explosion. So you don't need those other two for the earlier fights like stage 11. But honestly, I have yet to find a team that works so far that's at least from the mystery shards and heroes that everyone gets categories. This is literally how we started beating it. As soon as we got Mithrala, we were able to wreck this fight. All right, so Mithrala is the first, well, Syl's the first key to help you get through some of the higher stages with the speed down and the healing and the reviving. Mithrala is the second key to keep your team alive long enough to beat the higher stages. All right, now once you start getting into the really high stages, you're just going to use the heroes that I use. Like I said, we're not going to run them because it's going to be a long video if we do that, but we were able to beat most of these on auto. I think 11, 12, and 13, I believe we were able to beat those on auto with our team of getting these guys out. I think what we did is we used both of these heroes because they worked. You don't have to use both of them, though. We eventually, I think, possibly pulled Dark Kale out and started bringing other heroes in. There's heroes like Drex that can be useful in here because his burns, and he's a defense hero, so he stays alive longer, which means you don't have to keep reviving 2 attackers. You only have to revive Taya, and then everybody else kind of keeps themselves alive. Him being a defense lead helps all 3 of these heroes, giving them more defense and more power. All right, so that's something kind of to look at. Other heroes you can use, Gerda. She's a really good hero that we used in here to kind of beat some of the stages. Remember, it's going to change based on affinity. All right, so whichever affinity you got going on, you may have to change up what you're doing. Having more heals could be helpful in here, but she can remove debuffs. She can remove debuffs. She can revive. She can explode poisons. She does a whole bunch of stuff. She does a whole bunch of stuff, poisoning. There's a lot of good things going on here. Other heroes that are possibly good in here, honestly, not many. Like I said, I use Yukari once in a while. If you're earlier stages, you can put him in the lead if you're not dying a lot and you think you can stay alive. That'll give you more attack on him, and it'll give you a speed down that's guaranteed. So that's an option. We can use, like I said, Bloodfeather's an option, but she's not a great option, but she does have speed down and defense down. I would probably stick to heroes that can keep doing poisons, which is why we use Taya. Grush is a good support hero if you want to try and keep Taya alive longer. There you go. You can use something like this. I'm trying to think of anyone else that I would probably use in here. I tried using him, Lord Legionary, here for his speed down. It wasn't effective because he died too much. However, with Mithrala, it could work. So that's something to think about. Let's just try it real quick. Let me just see something. I'm just curious how this will go. Let's go battle. Let's just try it. I'm curious. I don't think they're going to do it, but we'll see. Because he actually didn't die in the first round. That's good. So there we go. We got our smite. Now he's going to use that, which might end up killing him. Yeah, see, it killed him. That was the problem. His order of operations isn't that great. If he could get the speed down immediately, it would probably be a little better. But yeah, he can be almost kind of like a guaranteed speed down. There you go. There's your speed down. So now he's not going to get his turns fast. And then Syl can just keep going, and hopefully she gets one. Look at that. Ooh, so weird. Who would have thought that Lord Legionary would be on a team, right? Boom, boom. Now, if you can get heal reduction, which funny enough, guess who's got that? Someone on this team has heal reduction. And guess who it is? It's Taya. So we actually have another hero that can do it. Oh, look at that. See, we already got some problems. Like I said, this is why having two. Oh, he resisted the speed down from Mr. Lord Legionary. I don't know if he has really good accuracy. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of the problem. There we go. We got a speed down now. Now we got another smite. We've got healing. We've got reflect damage, which doesn't really do much in this fight, but hey, why not? Boom. Look at that. Smite. We do have the speed down, so that's good. Now we've got our shield on everybody. We're healed up and we're back in action. We got heal reduction. So now that activates Lord Legionary. So now he's going to do 4 hits when he does his regular attacks now. Which actually I didn't even think about before when we put these two together, which is why it's funny. Now, unfortunately, right now, it's not really going to matter because he keeps removing everything. Oh, and there goes Syl. You see what I mean? Probably not the best option. Maybe for stage 10 through 11, you could use Lord Legionary in this team. But yeah, right now, he's not going to bring enough to the team to be good. All right. But yeah, I would say Grush would be good for this because he does attack down, which is something more important. Attack down, crit down, things like that. Those are kind of the things you want to do. All right. Now, just so we're clear about this, stage 14 and 15, I did use my regular team. All right. We did mixtures of things. Sometimes I brought in Drex. Sometimes I brought in, Dark Kale just to do more damage quickly. This is not an auto fight team. Okay. I cannot beat this fight auto. All right. You have to be calculated as to when you use your shields. You have to kind of think about things. I've done them. There's actually videos I think I've done on the Iron Twins a little bit. You can check out my dungeon guides. There's probably other things, but yeah, this is definitely not an auto team, and it's the team we use to get through it, and it works because you're just constantly exploding stuff, and it's great. Now, if you're having trouble with staying alive, once again, Drex is good to keep him alive and focus mostly on reviving Taya. Gerd is good for removing stuff. You could bring in a new shielder if you have somebody who can do that. Someone like Valerie could work, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. Someone who can heal is always a good thing. And even sometimes someone like Tolog could work in here because he has the healing, the shield, the defense up, and he has a revive. So now you have 2 revivers to keep you alive and just keep laying on the poisons from Mithrala and from Taya. And there you go. You will hopefully win. But remember, this fight is very difficult, and I wouldn't recommend having it on farm. Is what I would say. I would recommend just still farming lower levels. Even now, with the teams that I have and having beaten stage 15, I mainly farm stage 8. Like I just go into stage 8 because it's easy, it's quick, and I can beat it with pretty much any random team that I throw together. I throw all the poisoners together, and I just beat it. I will just do this with my Dark Kale. Like I will just throw this team in and just let it run, and that's all I do every day. Even on purple day, I do that. All right. Now, as a little bonus as a thank you for watching this video, we're gonna go in. We actually just got our login. All right. When we got our login, see, we go to login rewards, and we actually just finished this day where we get 5 free summons. Look at that. All right, and we got more points from doing these videos. So here we go. We're gonna go in the Soul Merchant. This is actually what I do. I'm not gonna lie, Mystic Market, and we'll buy another one of these, and then we will summon some stuff. And then I'll go into Soul Merchant. As you can see, I have 22 coins and 20 of these coins just from leveling. I can go in here. I will just buy stuff. I'll buy the heroes that I need, and then that's it. That's how I get most of my blessings. Almost all my heroes have blessings at this point. Almost all. All right, let's summon. Let's get some free summons, guys. 6 free summons. Who knows what we're gonna get? We should have done this. We should have gotten this when we had the event going on, but we're not gonna do that. I don't know if I need him. I might have him already. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Let's see if we get anything good from me being a good person and showing you stuff. Probably not. Oh, I already have her. We don't have to worry about Diablos. It's going to be a lot of selling going on in about 2 seconds. Oh, that's a reasonable one. What do we got? Ooh, Tree Fella. Actually, I think I need her, so that's good. Nice. See? Every once in a while, you get something reasonable. Oh, we get a legendary. Who we got? If I had him, that would be cool, but I don't. He is not a hero that everyone gets. He's not a hero that most people... Oh, this is a really good one. Oh, even better. A 5-star Magister. I don't know why I'm doing... Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right, so we got a 5-star Magister. I'll take that. That's a win for me. Anything that's 4 or 5-star at this point, I'm in. 1-star Candle Guard. You suck. All right, let's see. Awaken. Oh, okay. So we didn't have him. So there we go. So we have now an awakening on Relic Keeper. So that's one new one. I'll take that to the bank. Close him. We've got okay, we got a 4-star Tree Feller, which I'm actually very excited about. We are working on the Orc Faction Crypt. Boom, 4-star. Actually, this is now a bunch of 4-stars we've gotten. And we've got a 5-star Magister, which I cannot use yet because we have to level him up first. But now we have a 5-star Fake Apothecary. So that's exciting. We'll put that on him in a second, all right? Once we level him up. All right, so that's it. That's basically my generalized guide for what to do here. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of time. Don't rush it. You're going to have trouble. You're going to get pissed off. It's honestly one of the fights that pissed me off on stream a couple times. I was like, F this fight. I hate it. And yeah, I just got really angry. So don't let that be you. All right. Take your time. Enjoy the game. Eventually, you will beat these fights. Do not fret. All right. So if you have any questions or teams that you guys use, like I said, this is Mystery Shard only, and this is heroes that everyone can get. There's people out there who beat this easier. All right. So, like I said, don't be afraid to check out some other content creators. I am not the only person out there. I highly recommend you check out some other teams and heroes to get you through this. This is only if you're struggling and you don't have any good heroes. All right. That's all this is for. All right. And as always, like, share, subscribe. You help the channel grow. All right. Great for me. There's also a live stream every single week. And you can become a member if you want. It's $1.99 a month. You get a free video every week, and you get early access to my videos whenever I put them out. So today's Saturday. You would get this video on Saturday rather than waiting till Monday. And then if anything else, you'd get it on my Friday videos on Monday also. All right? So this is fun stuff that you can do with Iron Twins and some tactics on how I beat it. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.